We were gonna take a little walk on the beach, but look at, it's high tide on the harbor. There's no beach to be able to walk on.
And it's coming in. That stoop wasn't wet. The first bottom stoop wasn't wet. We got here literally seconds ago.
By the way, this down there, that's Richard's dock. If you know, you know. We were hoping to be able to do a little shooting on the beach. So it's high tide and I'm trying a different approach. There is some beach down here and I'd like to just sit somewhere and for Curt and I to have a little chat. This is Whalers Wharf, by the way. And one of our favorite restaurants, Ross's Grill, is upstairs there. All right, we are at the Marina. Over here is McMillan Wharf. That's Fisherman's Wharf. It might now be called Legacy Wharf. I'm not sure whether the name got changed or not when the Legacies bought the wharf and put in a boat marina out on that side. We are sitting at the little
Sand in my shoes.
we're sitting at the little park between the parking lot and the marinas and just relaxing.
We're free.
We're free, Curt. We're
Do what we
free.
want. Any old time.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
No, it's just beautiful today. It's so nice. It's usually at this time of year, you know, we got like the mid 80s, a lot of humidity and stuff. And for last week has not been close to that. And then for the next week, it's not going to be close to that. But there's really low humidity. The sky is clear. It's low 70s. It's perfect. Perfect for just about anything you want to do in P-Town.
Curt wants a boat. Curt has wanted a boat for a long time. Not only that, Curt would like to live on a boat for a couple years. I am not a good swimmer. I'm not comfortable with that idea. Curt says we'll just take swimming lessons. I'm still not comfortable with that idea. I don't like the water. I had a couple close calls when I was very little. However, I am bound and determined that Curt should get a boat. And I want us to get a boat here in Provincetown for the summers so we can go out and enjoy it and tootle around the harbor and go out to the open ocean where Herring Cove is and where Boy Beach is.
Whale watching.
Not out that far, but yeah. But
Chase
you know,
the stripers.
you don't have to go far to see whales.
Gonna catch us a great white. Ooh, look at that cool old classic sailboat leaving. How gorgeous is that? Look at that navy blue hull. Is that black?
It's green?
Wow, that looks like it belongs like Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket or something. It looks like one you paint.
It does.
You should show the people your paintings.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Before they all sell this summer.
There is so much that we haven't shown you yet. So we are just always in a constant state of trying to figure out how to get a boat, whether we can afford a boat, what kind of boat to get, Curt watches YouTube boat videos daily. And he's been doing that for 10 years. Oh boy. You try to vlog.
Back to you soon. Cory's been wanting a boat for about 30 years. Cory grew up on a boat on Lake Michigan, and he went out with his friends, his dad's friends, every Saturday. Went coho fishing, lake trout fishing, perch fishing on Lake Michigan, and he absolutely loved it. And as he gets older and is ready kind of to retire, he'd like to get back into that life, because it's almost like our Florida place. There's a sense of community, and up here and in Florida, there's tons of harbors and coves and inlets and inland waterways and islands and sandbars and everything to explore. And Cory really wants to do that for a while. So we're just trying to decide on size. It's always size with us. How long do we want it? And how wide do we want it? And so I have the vision, and I'm going to run it by him since he's the boater in the family, that, you know, instead of getting a little home in Florida, you get a boat, because he reminded me that Mrs. Brady, after she retired, lived on a boat for the rest of her life.
That's great for Mrs. Brady. And how did she end up? What's happened to Mrs. Brady?
I think she drowned.
She didn't drown, but she's no longer with us.
Did she get boat cancer? So anyway, I want him to have what he wants, because as he reminded me, I only have 19 summers left.
See what I have to deal with? See, he's doing a countdown to death.
Doesn't everybody? So, enjoy us while you have us.
Because the day will come when in daddies will be no more.
We only have 19 seasons left. Now that might be a seal behind the duck. No, it's another duck.
It's another duck.
Is it those freaking American black ducks?
Oh no. Curt's nemesis.
Did you see the hood of our car yesterday?
No.
Seagull. I can tell poop when I see it. That was seagull poop.
The boat issue is going to be an ongoing issue. I'm glad we've got it out in the open now so we can share it with you. I don't know when we'll get a boat. We can't afford one right now. We still have both the guest houses. So...
And Cory had to get a new car last fall. You know?
I'm trying to be really open and about this whole concept of getting a boat. Even though, personally, it's not something I would ever have an interest in doing. In fact, I would just not even consider it if it weren't for him. But because it's an important thing for him, we need to do a boat of some sort somewhere. So I'm willing to consider it because of my love for him. But he wants something more bigger and more permanent. He would like us to go from here south every winter on the boat and then come back on the boat. And he would like to, as he was just saying, he has this idea of getting a boat down there, or maybe it's the same boat. I don't know. I'm not gonna travel to Florida in a boat. I'm not going to do
Think of all the money you'd save on gas for the car.
And
the wear and tear on the car.
Are you kidding? Do you know what the cost for the boat will be?
But your car, that new car you had.
But I'm completely open. I'm even open to him doing that. But it's not going to be with me. Get some friends to do it with. Or just put an ad in the newspaper saying, looking for somebody who'll ride with me on a boat to Florida. Yeah, that wouldn't be weird, would it?
Fly? Jeffrey Dahmer Jr.
I know. That's the last I'd see of you. There will be a compromise of some sort.
We start everything with massive talks. So this is the massive talk.
That's how the guest houses started.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of talks. Blah, 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 blah. And eventually, a reality hit.
And we're just going to have to talk our way through it. And everybody's going to, in the comments, I know what everybody's going to say, they're expensive. Well, my friends, you get to a certain point in your life and you work really hard, you save your money, you invest, and then I'll start back down. And then you come to the top of that, and then it's time to spend a little. So hopefully I eliminated all those comments. If we had our boat, we could go down to, what's that place in Wellfleet we go to for lunch?
Pearl. Or the bookstore.
Yeah.
We haven't been to the bookstore this year. I'd like to go back. It was good. But now when there's crowds, I'd like to go somewhere fun and open air and sunny and sit and drink cocktails all day. Because we don't get to do that. We have never gotten to do that here in Provincetown because we're working.
People always say, oh, you're so lucky you get to live in Provincetown. What I think people, it's true, we do get to live in Provincetown. We are lucky, lucky to a point. We worked hard to make it happen. But we don't really experience Provincetown. We're in bed every night by 9, and and y'all see the emergencies we go through, and trials and tribulations and employee stuff. So we've never really done Provincetown. And I think we're looking forward to that more too.
Absolutely.
To do Provincetown.
Guests always ask us for recommendations on what to do in Provincetown, and sometimes we are not the best people to ask, because guess what? We never get to go out and do anything in Provincetown. We live here, we're physically located here, but we don't get to do it. When
people ask me things to do in Provincetown, I say laundry.
Check-ins.
Check-ins.
Breakfast.
Yep.
Check-outs.
Yep. Somebody threw up, I'd say washing decks down.
Emergencies.
Bird poop.
Lockouts.
Shoveling stones back in our parking lots.
Cleaning the front porch. Cleaning the kitchen.
Washing windows. Unplugging a sink.
Yep.
Making breakfast.
And constantly fluffing everything and making everything beautiful.
Yeah, and so they kind of always look at us and they tilt their head. And we said, well, we thought like maybe a nice restaurant or something.
Oh.
And we go, oh, there's restaurants here?
We're going to have a frozen pizza for dinner.
Yeah. I tell you something I wouldn't do is go in those kayaky things.
No, I wouldn't go in one of those.
We just saw a big wake of something made underneath the water, and you see these people pedaling around in kayaks. I'm going, it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when you're in those kayaks. Yeah.
Okay, we are back out on the street walking. We have been invited to a oyster cocktail hour at some of our neighbors are throwing over at Charm. We still have 3 check-ins that haven't arrived at 7 Central. So, of course, our instincts are telling us, oh, you better stay at 7 Central. But the hell with that, we are going out because the check-ins likely will be fine. They know how to get to their rooms. They know how to get into their rooms, as all our check-ins do. So we're going to have fun.
You would never know we live 3 houses from all this every night. It's crazy. But it's nice to see everybody so happy.